Hi there, and welcome to All About Animals. This lesson that I created is for a kindergarten classroom to introduce the study of animals and a lot of differences between them. So, we're going to get started with some differences between animals. There are a lot of main differences that you can see by looking at an animal. An animal that has fur is an animal like a bear or a dog or a cat or a cow. An animal that has feathers is a bird. All birds have feathers and they have wings. Here's an example of a bird. Animals that have scales are reptiles, like this alligator or this snake. But snakes don't have legs. So some animals that have scales have legs, and some animals that have scales don't have legs. And some animals that have fur have two legs. Like a kangaroo is an example of an animal with fur that only has two legs. But a bear has four legs. And birds have two legs, and snakes have no legs. Next, we're going to talk about some different animal habitats and the animals that live in them. Birds have nests, and they build these high up in trees, and this is where they lay their eggs and take care of their baby birds. Caves are where bears live, and other animals live there too, like bats and other bugs. Bears hibernate in caves every winter. They sleep there all winter after eating a whole bunch, and then they wake up in the spring. A lot of other animals live in the water, like fish and sea turtles. And then a lot of animals live in forests, lakes, deserts, and other protected areas. Like elk and deer and moose live in the forest. But then iguanas live in the desert. Next, we're going to talk about some animals that you really like. What animals have you seen pictures of before? Have you ever seen pictures of an eagle, or a sea turtle, or a golden retriever, or a cheetah? These are all different animals that have different habitats and live in different places. Golden retrievers don't live in the wild, but they live as pets in our homes. These other animals you can't have as pets. You can't have an eagle as a pet, or a sea turtle, or a cheetah. They wouldn't like to live in your house. But cheetahs live in Africa, eagles live in North America, and sea turtles live in the ocean. Thank you so much for listening to my lesson about animals. As a reflection, I'd like to talk about how this lesson meets the UDL. This lesson meets students where they're at with clear graphics, visuals, sound, and there's opportunities to increase accessibility. When given in a classroom, if the students had access to laptops or tablets, they could watch this lesson separately and have headphones so that they could hear it clearly and see the visuals. In kindergarten, they probably wouldn't be able to read the words on it, but having the words there promotes learning and helps them to start getting in the mode of reading, which is what they will be doing in kindergarten. The clear pictures and the sound will help students to be engaged and to be able to see it because they're bright colors. It could enhance a lesson because it has pictures and audio, as I said before. And it meets all four domains of the Danielson framework because it has the preparation and planning that is necessary for a good lesson. It would be involving in the classroom environment. It has instruction, and it has the professional responsibilities needed to create a good lesson plan. I think that a lot of positive outcomes could come through this because it's engaging and useful. A lot of students would see the pictures and be engaged in the material because they're interested in the animals. And it also gives an opportunity for discussion between the class and time to ask questions and talk about the animals that they like. It also fits in with the UDL because there's no specific time that children need to have seen any of the animals or need to have seen them in person. Because of all the differences between the students, most likely not all students have seen all of these animals or been to zoos or necessarily have pets at home. So there's no emphasis on any of this, but just on learning new information exactly where they're at. Thank you so much.